Hello everybody, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all of you are doing good and all of you are safe. My name is Hassan Makbool and you are watching Stay with Hassan Makbool. Though it's a bit early to ask, but I'm making an assumption. And I pray, I wish, I hope my assumption stays correct for the rest of the videos in MS Project Learning series. And that assumption is that you will learn something out of these videos. Come on, guys. Start using MS Project. I want every one of you to have MS Project in your CV mentioned as an advanced level expertise. So that is my purpose, and I hope, I wish that you gain that purpose and you learn something from my videos. Today is lecture number 2, part 1. Part 1? Why part 1? I have decided to break lecture number 2 in different parts. Why? Because lecture number 2 focus is only on one thing, and that is to set the right environment to do all the prerequisite steps in MS Project before writing any single thing over here. Anything over here. Why? Because I have seen habit of people that the moment they open MS Project, they start writing their project, then task, and so on. Obviously, Microsoft Project is such a flexible tool, thanks to Microsoft, that it will not stop you from doing anything. But again, this is the wrong approach, so I'm going to delete it. That is why lecture number 2 has been divided into different parts, so that you get to know all the prerequisites that you need to set in MS Project before writing any single thing in the Gantt chart. And if those settings are not correct, that is the only reason that most of the time you get the results from Microsoft Project not as per your expectations or as per your requirements. So today in lecture 2 part 1, I will tell you the first step when you are going to create your first project in Microsoft Project. And remember, all the tasks that relate to project or have an impact on overall project, they comes under the project toolbar. So we are going to create the first project, and the first thing you need to do is come here in project information dialog box. Start date, the project, when do you want to start your project? It is either a current date, or if there is a future date when you want to start a project, you mention that date over here. Current date is the date that MS Project picks from the system. Status date. What is status date? You want to do progress monitoring on your project? Yes. Obviously yes. Because one of the main purpose of Microsoft Project and entering project in Microsoft Project is to do progress monitoring, to get the status of the activities, to get the status of the deliverables. And status date is the date which you will set and tell Microsoft Project that till this date, calculate all the statuses of activities and deliverables mentioned in your project file. So whenever your project is in execution, you are entering the actuals, you want to see the status of the project till a particular time, you mention that date over here, and Microsoft Project calculates the status of your project till that date. By default, this can be the current date, but if you want to see the status of project in some past date means that after the start date but before the current date, you can set that past date also here, and then Microsoft Project will calculate the status of your project as per the date you provide over here in the status date. When you are creating the project for the first time, the status date is not applicable, and the reason is that you haven't created anything, the project is not in execution state, you are just planning the project, so the status date is not applicable. The next most important thing is the calendar field. As of now, we keep it as standard, and in part 2 of lecture number 2, I will talk about the calendars also. But by default, we keep it as standard. Priority field. Now, most people confuse in this priority field. Remember that this priority field only works when you have a project server of Microsoft, and when you have multiple projects and then you are doing resource allocation among those projects, only then this field come into play. Using a standalone version, this field has no impact or no usage. The priority you can set is from 1 to 1000, and this is used when there are multiple projects saved on a server and then you are going to allocate the resources. So Microsoft project will pick the topmost priority first and then allocate the resources to that project first. So if there is the topmost priority project with 100,000 priority, the Microsoft project will allocate the resources to this project and then rest of the projects as per the priority set. But since I am using the standalone version, we are discussing in our tutorials only the standalone version, so the priority field is of no significance. You can enter anything or keep it as 500. Now this custom field, again this department and custom field, if you have Microsoft project server, the department, and you have entered department, there is centralized server where all the projects been placed as with categorized against their departments, then the department field will come here, and any custom field that you have developed, anything which is not in MS Project and you have customized it, you have created it yourself. For example, there is no such field of addresses in Microsoft Project, and if you want to store addresses of a particular task or a particular area in project, you create a custom field and then that custom field will come here. Since we have no custom field, we are just only creating a project, so this area is empty. Now these three things are very, very important to decide that how you want your project to be calculated. As of now, since you are providing a start date, Microsoft project assumes that you want to schedule your project from start date. There are two options. Either you schedule your project from start date or you schedule your project from finish date. What is the difference? Now understand this, because this is an important concept. If you want Microsoft project to schedule your project from project start date, it means that you provide a start date like we have provided. You enter the deliverables, you enter the activities, you do the sequencing, you define the dependencies, you enter the duration, and Microsoft project will calculate the schedule and give you one final date of your project. For example, if I'm starting a project as of 25th of May, I enter all the activities, dependencies, duration, and Microsoft project calculates from this 25th date, and it tells me that your project finish date will be August 31st. So that is meant by project start date. Now there is another option, which is schedule your project from project finish date. Now see, the start date field is disabled and you have option to set the project finish date. Is there any possibility that you can do this? Think for a while. Yes, there is. For example, if your management or your client or your customer asks you to finish a project at a particular date and they provide you a finish date. For example, if I tell you that my management or your management or the customer has asked me to provide and close this product or project by 31st of August. So you will set the project finish date. The project is needed by 31st August and you want to schedule your project from project finish date. What Microsoft project will do? And more importantly, is there any change in the way you define the activities? No, there is no change at all. Microsoft project will calculate automatically at the back end whatever you enter in Microsoft project. Your way of working remains the same. The only difference is You enter the activities as it is, you enter the deliverables as it is, sequencing as it is, duration as it is. Microsoft Project will calculate the schedule and give you the start date of your project. It will tell you that if you want to finish your project by 31st of August, you should start your project at this date. But remember, most of the time when this happens, the start date comes in the past, and then you have to adjust your schedule, which sometimes become complex. I recommend you two things here. One is that do try scheduling a project from finish date for your learning purpose. But in actual, the other good approach or tip is that you keep the project from project start date, provide a start date, and if the finish date it comes beyond the expected finish date, apply scheduling compression techniques on your schedule and try to squeeze your schedule and meet the target date. That is a good approach, a good practice in project management that you can do. So as of now, we keep this schedule from project start date. And statistics, the one final thing is the overall status, the statistics, the data of your project. This is one single window where you can see one complete information about your project, about the duration, about the resources, which is work, about the costing, start, the variances in your project have. So if you want to check a quick analysis of your project, you can simply go here, you can simply go to statistics, and in one window you can quickly see that what is the stats of your project. We will keep on using this window since once we develop the plan and we go into the execution part of the project. Is this all done? No. One final thing, we have to name our project. So come into file, again I'm doing this, file, in info there is this project information. You come here and you go into advanced properties. Here summary, here we mention our project. I am going to say our first project. I am writing author is Ehsan Maqbool, and then you can set the basic setting. These can be used while you print a file for your project, the headers and footers, all these things, information can be used. As subject is, this is MS project learning series. You can mention the name of a manager, company. You can categorize the project. Categorize is for learning purpose. There is, or I can say category is education, simply as it is. You want to provide any comments. For example, if project manager wants to provide any comments like project is not yet approved by management, you can do it. And then if there is any link you want to attach, you can do that. So this is one basic thing that you can do. Then these are the contents, the custom fields. We haven't developed any custom fields, so as of now we are not doing this. But again, if you want to add something, like for example you want to add that this project is checked by, it's been completed date, you can add all of these fields, but we can discuss these fields in the advanced topics. So in the basic, just enter the title, the other relevant information that you think is important, and then you can press OK. And once you do this, you can save your project. Now while you are saving your project, Microsoft project, if I go again and I save this project again, it gives you different options. You can save a project as project template, as PDF file, and then there are other options also. As of now, we are only going to save this project in documents, and I'm going to save it as first project, and we will save it as a project file. The rest of the options we will discuss once we start working on project in upcoming videos. So I'm going to save it. So this is the first step that you are going to do while you are creating your first project. Do it, practice it, especially this project start and finish date, understand the concept and apply this first step while creating your first project file. So that's it for today. Keep watching, keep learning, and take good care of yourself and your loved ones. In my next video, I will be talking about the second most important thing, which will be changing working times. Till then, bye bye, Allah Hafiz.